Good afternoon, everyone. We have Barb Nichols here. She's from Milton Hershey School, and she's the Director of Staff Recruiting, and she's joining us here today on our PNGAS Job Talk at 12:30. And Barb's going to talk a little bit about the history of Milton Hershey School and about some job opportunities that are happening there right now. So Barb, I'm going to turn it over to you
All right.
catch
Thank you,
back with you.
Shelley. Thank you so much, and thank you, listeners, for tuning in. I wanted to share with you that Milton Hershey School is a best kept secret in central Pennsylvania. It has been here since 1909. It is a home and a school for children from lower income financial and social need situations. We're currently caring for almost 2,000 students, and we have a history of 11,000 graduates at this point. So a lot of great things going on here. We provide cost-free home and education pre-K through 12th grade. That includes providing them their food, their clothing, their health care, their extracurriculars. The education is career-focused education, so all students graduate with at least one work certification. Most of them have multiple certifications, so they are ready to go to the workforce. Over 80% of our students do go on to post-secondary studies, and they get funding for that through the school. The goal is that we want to make sure that they are well prepared for success after graduation, that they can earn life-sustaining wages for themselves and their families, and also ideally that they'll be positive contributors in their communities. Now, that's ambitious. In addition to that, we are launching Catherine Hershey Schools for Early Learning, which will be 6 cost-free daycare and school for infant through pre-K children. 150 students in each of the 6 centers. The first one will be launched here in Hershey in 2023. So there's a lot going on in terms of making a difference. And one of the interesting things about it, it was founded by Mr. and Mrs. Hershey. The way that they set it up is that the schools continue to receive revenue from both Hershey Entertainment and the Hershey Company. That funding is provided through how the deed of trust was constructed. So we have incredible resources to really make a difference in the children's lives. Here at Milton Hershey School, we have about 1,200 full-time staff, and those staff include people who are what you would expect working in a school, teachers. We also have residential caregivers, which is one of the main positions that we recruit for on an ongoing basis. And this is not unlike a military base. It's an entire community. So we need people to take care of the grounds, the food services, the healthcare, the IT, the safety and security, everything that you can imagine that it takes to care for 2,000 children. So lots of job opportunities on an ongoing basis. I'll circle back to talk specifically about the residential position for a moment. We have 2 types. One is called a house parent, and that is the position for married couples who move on campus into a residence and raise 8 to 12 children in their student home. And so they are very active in terms of teaching life skills and mentoring youth. People who have worked in the military are attractive candidates to us because you're very accustomed to skill and character development. And living at Milton Hershey School is probably not unlike living in a military base. Of course, we don't have the fences, but it's a very similar community feel is how I would describe it. And then the second residential position is called transitional living. That is for individuals as opposed to a married couple. And those individuals are living with our high school seniors in residences. The students are essentially in apartments, and they're really learning to be more independent before they leave Milton Hershey School. So the individuals living with them are really raising them to prepare them that when graduation day hits, that those students are really ready to walk out the door and be on their own, that they have all those life skills down pat. So those 2 positions we hire for on an ongoing basis, in addition to the many other jobs that we have.
Well, thanks for the brief summary on the school. I didn't realize how long it's been open. You know, not too far away in central PA. So I've known about the school for a long time. I even had a neighbor that was a graduate of the school and told me stories of, you know, how it was. He had very fond memories of going to school there. So about how many positions do you have open?
Currently, we have about 160. Now, a majority of those are the residential positions that I described. But again, I have a wide variety right now. In fact, I have a butcher position, which is a little
Oh,
unusual for us. But
okay.
we do have such a variety.
Okay. And then the transitional living, what age grade? You said high school. Is that like a certain by age or grade level?
It's the 12th graders. So they have arrived at being ready to graduate. Many of them, when they leave, they're not going back to particularly secure situations. So
Mhm.
for example, as I mentioned, 80% of our students go on to post-secondary studies. When they graduate, where are they going to live when they leave? What's their transportation? How will they get to college or post-secondary, or even just getting to work if they're going direct to the workforce? Health insurance, all those kinds of things that traditionally maybe a parent does provide. For a lot of our students, for whatever reason, the parents may not be able to provide. There are some of our students who are here because of situations where maybe there's a death in the family. Sometimes there are situations of mental health issues, drug, alcohol addictions, a lot of different circumstances. And sometimes it's just families where, you know, with the number of children in the home and the financial constraints, especially with inflation and things like that going on, the family just doesn't feel prepared to provide their children as much as they would like to. And
Mhm.
Milton Hershey School offers their children opportunities that might not otherwise be available to them.
Okay, that's great. And then you were saying also, like for a lot of your graduates, if 80% are going to their post-secondary schools, about there's funding for them to help them pay for their further education.
That's correct. And so everyone out there that likes Hershey chocolate or going to Hershey Park, thank you. That is how the funding comes to Milton Hershey School and how we're able to provide that to the students.
That's wonderful. I've always been impressed with the programs that you have there, what you do for the kids. Now, more about the openings. You said that you're going to be starting another school for infant to pre-K in 2023.
Yes, there are 6 early learning centers to be opened. The first one will be Hershey, second one Harrisburg, third one Middletown. And we will be providing cost-free infant through pre-K, daycare, and preschool education. So we're in the process right now of hiring for the Hershey location. There's 2 separate websites in terms of job opportunities. The first one is with Milton Hershey School, and the second one is Catherine Hershey Schools for Early Learning. It is a separate subsidiary to Milton Hershey School, and so they have their own separate job board. And I would certainly invite listeners to be checking both job boards out. Positions post for a 5 business day minimum. So if you're on that regularly, you would certainly see all listings. And certainly anyone who's interested in listening is welcome to email me directly with any questions. I'll share that my email address is N as in Nancy, ICHOLSB as in Barbara, at MHS for Milton Hershey School, -pa.org. So that's Nicholsby at MHS-pa.org. And I'll certainly connect you with the right persons for any questions that may come in.
Great. I'll make sure to put your contact information here in the comments after the video is posted.
Great.
So are there any benefits that people should know about other than doing
Absolutely.
the good work?
And let's focus on that first, because we really do look for people who are excited about the opportunity to make a difference in the lives of youth. It is definitely an inspiring place to work. It's definitely, you know, there's just a lot of work when you're raising 2,000 kids. I've been here for over 16 years and I have never been bored. So for us, when you ask about benefits, the first thing that comes to mind, it's that benefit of working with youth and making a difference. We have competitive pay. We have an excellent medical plan that includes dental, prescription, and eye coverage. After an individual's been here for a year, we have a 403B savings. This is for, by the way, our full-time positions. The benefits package is for full-time. We have the 403B savings, as I mentioned, in addition to a tuition reimbursement program. And we also have a lot of wellness programs for employees. One nice little perk is that we may have free lunch in the cafeteria. There's a couple campus cafeterias, so it's a great way to grab a free lunch. So I think those are the highlights, and paid time off. We have a nice program for full-time, starting 12 days off vacation, 13 paid school holidays, 3 personal days, and then that increases with tenure.
Okay. And what is for the residential, like the house parents, when you're working in the resident, in the transitional living, what are the hours like?
Good question. We tell people the residential positions are a life choice, not just a job choice, as is the military, a life choice. So people who work in the position, you're in high gear in the mornings, just like you would be in your own home if you have children, getting them ready and prepared for school and out the door to school. Then the house parents or transitional living staff have their own personal time. So during the day, that's when they're able to do their personal things, take care of appointments, what have you, and just have their quiet time. Because when the students get home, they're back on duty and in high gear. The typical kinds of things that happens in a home, the extracurriculars, the homework, the chores, the meals, all that fun stuff that just occurs in a home. And so that is the opportunity to teach life skills, character development, social and emotional capabilities. All those kinds of things are happening as you're going about just life. So in a way, you're doing life with the students and teaching them high quality character and skill development in the process. On the weekends, Saturdays can be a lot of fun in terms of choosing activities that you and your students would enjoy. So whether that's taking them for a hike or baking in the student home, it's unstructured time for the family. And then on Sundays, our house parents and transitional living staff take our students to a chapel service here on campus because spiritual care and religious development is part of the curriculum. And Sunday afternoons are typically unscheduled. That's the downtime for people to catch their breath and sort of get ready for the coming week. House parents and transitional living work a schedule of 9 days on, followed by 3 days off. And we have it structured so another set of house parents comes in or another TL member comes in and covers the residents while the individuals are having their time off. There's also 3 paid weeks of vacation in the summer. And we also have some structured holiday time because obviously we have Thanksgiving, Christmas, and Easter as sort of the typical break periods for schools. And usually our residential staff is working one of the 4 potential break periods.
Oh, great. That's good information. Well, Barbara, this has been really informative. I'm excited to share this with our PNGAS community, and I'll talk to you later about how we can get your job situated up on our job board. But I'm excited to share this, and hopefully the people that will be watching this will be interested, and people that are looking for a new, not just a career change, but a new life choice, will be reaching out.
All right, well, terrific. I thank you for the opportunity to speak to the audience. On behalf of my family and the Milton Hershey School family, thank you for your service, for keeping us all safe. And do consider Milton Hershey School, Catherine Hershey Schools as a potential future employer. Again, we really value the character, the skills, the military, the mission orientation that the military provides, and we would be happy to hear from you.
Great, thanks.
Thank
Thanks so
you.
much.